With that, we bring in Jim Griffin, an attorney for Alec Murdaugh. Jim, good to have you with us. Good afternoon.
Hey, Martha, good to be here.
Thank you. So it was one of the things that you said yesterday when you came forward with Dick Harpootlian, who's your partner in this effort defending Alec Murdaugh. You said that you had heard rumblings about Becky Hill talking to jurors. When did that begin? When did you start to hear those rumblings in this court process?
You know, Martha, actually, it was very soon after the jury rendered the verdict. After 3.5 hours, we were all somewhat stunned. And I'm not going to out who told us that we should look into what was happening in the jury room and during the course of the trial, but we were advised that we might be well served to investigate it, and we did. We started out pretty quickly, but no doors would open for us. There was a zone of silence around the jury. We reached out, we would not get any response, and then things gradually changed. And I do think her publishing a book was an impetus for a number of jurors coming forward who did not like the things that she did during the course of the trial.
Okay, here's a bit of a montage from the Fox Nation documentary of the things that Rebecca Hill said during this process. Watch.
The Murdaughs could definitely set the laws, make the laws, and bend the laws. You would not want to be on the wrong side of them. I think that the Murdaugh family that is left will try to do everything they can do to bring back a fondness for the name. But is it tarnished forever? I do believe so.
Were you surprised by the things that she said in her capacity as court clerk?
I'm not really surprised about the things she said on the documentary that you narrated, Martha, but what the jurors said about her conduct is absolutely shocking. It is absolutely shocking. I spoke with Alec today, and he's very angry, extremely angry, and he's thankful for everything that we continue to do on his behalf. But he thought that Becky Hill was a friend of his. He has known her while he was practicing law, and these revelations that the jury had sworn to, the jurors, completely caught him off guard, and frankly has caught us off guard.
So what part of that, the jurors that signed this affidavit saying that she was influencing them in a variety of ways, and there's also specific things from the book, which are, sort of raise a lot of questions as well. But she told Judge Newman that SLED, the law enforcement arm, had gone to the house of this juror's ex-husband and verified that he had spoken to her, and then he posted something about her knowing how she was going to rule in this, which then led to her being taken off the jury. Did Rebecca Hill tell Judge Newman that specifically?
Martha, it's a little different than that. Rebecca Hill told the juror that SLED went out to visit her ex-husband, and that the ex-husband confirmed that he had written this Facebook post. And none of that was true. None of that was true. We have talked to the ex-husband. He has not been interviewed by SLED, and she just, it just did not happen.
It's an absolutely wild story. I guess what I'm getting at there, Jim, is how much. So when a juror is removed, Judge Newman had to have understood the reason for removing that juror, correct? And what was his understanding about why this juror had to be removed?
The information presented to Judge Newman was twofold, but primarily it was that her ex-husband had posted a Facebook post saying that this juror was drinking with him and told him that she was going to acquit Alec Murdaugh. Mm-hmm. Now, all of that was not true, and there's no such Facebook post to say that. And when Ms. Hill was asked to produce the Facebook post, she said it had been deleted and found an apology post posted by someone with this ex-husband's same name, but the dates on the apology post predated anything that had to do with what she claimed she saw, on Facebook.
Understood.
So it was.
Yeah, I'm running out of time, and I know we're going to do a podcast after this, so we'll get into it a little bit more. But I guess you were very careful, both of you, yesterday to not put any blame on Judge Newman in his handling of this, but doesn't it surprise you that he didn't ask for more proof that this had happened before he allowed that juror to be taken off the case?
So we certainly don't think Judge Newman was aware of Ms. Hill's activities. We don't think that in any form or fashion. We had, I think, maybe 3 days of in-camera hearings during the course of the trial dealing with these issues. And I think ultimately Judge Newman felt like the juror was being whipsawed and it was best to remove her. I don't know that, we're not here criticizing the information that he had, but we do now know that the information that was presented to him was completely false. And we know that this was a favorable juror for the defense.
How long do you think it will take before you get a hearing?
So right now, the case is in the Court of Appeals. We've asked the Court of Appeals to remand us back to the trial court to have a hearing. The state has 10 days to respond to our motion, and it all depends on the state's response. We sent the Attorney General a letter today asking for their consent so that we can move forward with this. We haven't gotten a response to that either.
Okay, we're going to talk about this in more detail on the Untold Story podcast, which will come out a little bit later this week, and we look forward to that. Jim Griffin, thank you very much. Good to have you here today.
Thank you, Martha.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.